uncertainty growing over whether former President Jacob Zuma will indeed be arrested after the High Court in Pietermaritzburg yesterday reserved its judgment to Friday. Zuma approached the court seeking a stay of his arrest in connection with a 15-month prison sentence handed down by the Constitutional Court. Meanwhile, the highest court in the land is next Monday due to hear the former president's rescission application against his contempt of court conviction and sentence. We're joined now by State Attorney Johan Van Schalkwyk for more on this story. Johan, thanks very much once again for your time this morning. I think the big question is, from your vantage point, come the end of day today, do you reckon former President Jacob Zuma will be behind bars?
Michelle, good morning and thanks for having me. Yeah, that's going to be the million-dollar question. We'll have to wait and see how this day plays out.
I mean, are there many scenarios you foresee it playing out? For some, they'll say there's only one scenario.
Oh, well, it's difficult to do the right thing, but the right thing must be done, unfortunately, and, the rest must happen. That's my view.
So, I mean, this is a discussion that we had with Police Minister Cele as well yesterday on this platform. He's written to the Constitutional Court to ask for more clarity, but, analysts will say, and you'll tell us whether you agree, that there is no clarity that it's needed. The Constitutional Court's decision was clear as day.
100%, Michelle, it is unambiguous and it is clear and direct and it must be enforced. It is as simple as that.
So, Johan, why then would the Constitutional Court, and this is an opinion question for you, why would it open its doors to this rescission application from the President?
Michelle, there can be many reasons. Perhaps they feel, now it's an opportunity to consider his, submissions on the sentence. And, it's a rescission application like any other. There are certain requirements that must be met. And perhaps I want to hear it out, whether it meets those requirements or not, We have submitted in our papers, which we filed late last night, that they do not meet, the basic requirements for a rescission.
And also, it's taking into consideration the fact that the former president has opted not to, on a number of occasions, actually take part in the procedures of the Constitutional Court.
That is the thing, we deal with an individual that is a delinquent, a litigation delinquent, and he, this is an opinion, he views himself as above the law. And that is why I think the police is hesitant to enforce this warrant of arrest, because we're dealing with a former political head and a person with influence, like Judge Kampepe said in her, judgment. Yes, and there is a bit of a situation in Nkandla at the moment. So these are all factors, playing a part in their decision-making.
I suppose one of the other considerations and one of the questions our viewers might be asking themselves this morning is, were it not for the fact that Jacob Zuma is a former sitting president of this country, would he already have been arrested? Would we even be having this conversation?
Definitely not. I can promise you that. If it was an ordinary citizen, he would have litigated from a prison cell by now.
So, not equal before the law then?
It appears so. And, that's the reality, unfortunately.
Dalian Mpofu yesterday in that application to the High Court in Pietermaritzburg saying, why the rush to have the former president arrested before his rescission application is heard on the 12th of July. He is arguing that it points to a certain kind of vindictiveness on the part of the state capture inquiry. What do you say, Johan?
I do not agree with that. He wants to play the innocent victim here. The state capture inquiry has been criticized by the courts for treating him with gloves, and unfortunately he's a citizen like any other, and the law must take its course now.
Johan Van Schalkwyk, I think you've said that all that you can say on the issue. Thanks very much indeed for joining us this morning. He is State Attorney Johan Van Schalkwyk as we continue to unpack the various implications insofar as the arrest of former President Jacob Zuma is concerned. That warrant must be acted upon by the police minister by the end of today.